I'm going to be showing you the difference between what the industry has now, which is dealing with uh, a pair of tweezer type pliers. They have titanium uh, leads on them to hold the jewelry. Mine I even have attached to the bench to try to make it stay put. When you're trying to work on a ring, in this case I'm going to be changing a head, uh, you're fighting to a degree with what's here. You have to make sure everything is tight. But here, you're fighting with all the movement that this can have when you start working on it. When you put heat on a piece of metal, it automatically makes it easier for it to move. So that was one of the frustrations I went through for many years, and that's why I designed and invented the clamp. So here we have the clamp, and you can see that I've been using this one for a while. I have another one that's over 30 years old, still totally usable. I have this one because it says the clamp on it. So at any rate, it goes on like that. Now, the benefits, and then I can tighten it down below here as far as how much drag I want on the ball joint. Now, when you're working with a pair of tweezers, you have a very hard time perspectively looking at the piece. When I designed this clamp, I designed it so that you could look and be able to see with your eye and be able to line up against the surface. In this case, you have a straight edge here. Also, when you lean forward here, you have a straight edge here. So if you're doing something like putting a head in, it changes the ball game because you can automatically see if your head is straight. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this ring, because I'm changing this from a 4-prong to a 6-prong. In a pair of tweezers, you probably wouldn't have too much trouble pulling that head out. But when you put it in the clamp, it's even easier. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull this head out. So there's the head is out. Now what I'm going to do here next is I'm going to take some more 14 karat white gold easy solder, because that's what they have. And I'm going to add it to the soldering joint. Going to put some flux on it. I'm going to make sure that that ring is basically straight in the clamp so that I can make sure it's level that way and have an understanding that way. Now I'm going to take this head. I'm going to put some boric acid and alcohol on it, put some flux on it, and now I'm going to put it in such a way, see now my eye, when I'm looking at it, I see this edge and basically I can see what's perpendicular. So I'm taking these 2 prongs right here at 6 and a 12, and I'm using that. And at the same time, as you train your eye, you can pick up the perspective. So I'm not counting on this being right, but it is soldered in right now. So when you look at it, okay, go ahead, get in there and take a look. Guess what? That's right where it belongs. Okay, so you have it that way. I'm going to check it the other way. I'm not saying it's straight yet, but I'm going to look at it the other way and look at that. Go ahead and get in close. That head is in. So that's the soldering job. So the clamp makes it easy for you to see the perspective of what you're working on and allows you to have the means to line up against certain things. So if I take this out and I look at it this way, it's straight. And if I go like this and look at it, let's take a look here. You could look at it there. I'm just going to look at it one more time myself. And I'm going to tell you it's leaning a little bit this way. It's not bad. I could probably get away with it. But I'm going to take it and just move it. So here I have by getting hold of it with a pair of pliers, I'm not going to try not to rotate it, but just go like that. Let's see if it stayed right that way. It stayed good that way. Let's see what it did this way. It stayed good that way. And I'm going to look at it like this too. Let's see here. So that's straight. So that's what this clamp does. This clamp allows you to work very quickly to solder things in.